It takes a dog handler about 55 days to be trained to handle a dog like Taya in detention and bite work. For the dog, it takes about 6 months. So, is this whole experience just jailhouse religion on steroids? Well, they say no. In fact, they say their experience is very authentic. And the only judging eyes they are worried about are God. The adultery. Was there adultery?
Yes, I was unfaithful to my wife.
Are there any fuels in there? Because we saw some trucks parked near that area.
There's neighboring propane tanks, and every truck holds about 300 gallons of diesel fuel.
This morning at all, we have not heard back from them, at least in the last 2 or 3 minutes that I've been on air. As you can hear in the background, as this situation is going off, that was gunfire of some sort. Something has occurred as we were speaking live on air. That is the house that, of course, that police have been surrounding since 1:24 this morning. The wind and rain event continued well into the morning. There was a man who was contracted to pick up mail for the United States Post Office. He was parked over there. His truck ended up right here. Good evening. Jose Ramirez says he can barely remember the beatdown that was caught on tape. Released from police to Eyewitness News, his family tells us they won't rest until the criminals in this case are brought to justice. We want to warn you, the images that we are about to show you may be graphic to some and very disturbing. What happened to Jose Ramirez Sr. is unspeakable. For the first time, we're seeing his injuries, the bruising, the swelling, and the pain. Surveillance video shows 2 men pummeling him at a convenience store. One man holds him down. The other kicks the 65-year-old in the head over and over again. Ramirez was in the hospital for nearly a week.
I thought we were going to lose him after seeing the video.
His only daughter and his grandson talked with Eyewitness News about his recovery.
I couldn't believe that somebody could do something like that to him. Because he's a real nice, kind, and loving person. And it was very devastating to see him that way.
Ramirez was getting gas on Ackerman Road to go to his job in Cibolo as a foreman. Police say he tried to wave the robbers off at 5 in the morning, but the 2 men started stomping on his head and his body. His arms bled. The East Side man lost consciousness, but the thieves were unrelenting.
In other videos, they just hit him and then they run away or do something, but they just constantly just beat him. And it didn't even look like they cared.
Mr. Ramirez is beginning to remember more about this crime. Plus, he's getting stronger. His family thought the beating would be too much to overcome.
If you are out there, just turn yourself in. You deserve to pay for what you did. My dad didn't deserve this.
3 men left the scene in a Chevy Impala or Malibu. Here are some screen grabs from that crime scene. Call San Antonio Police if you have any information about this horrific attack. Marvin Hurst, KENS 5, Eyewitness News. The Medina County Sheriff's Office was mum about the drowning of Joshua Biggles Sunday afternoon.
And he was gonna play football.
However, his friends had a wealth to say.
We just know that he just drowned. I had friends keeping me updated and
that they found his body.
Michaela Bolero, Laura Cruz, and McCall Bolero were shocked when they heard about Biggles. He was in the Medina River at Paradise Canyon when it happened. Some claim his foot got stuck.
It's going to be really tough for me because football season is going to be very different. We ran out every single football game, and even though he couldn't hear it through his helmet, I said, "Good luck, I love you."
She's been looking at the moment on Instagram since the bad news broke. Number 36 for these friends is gone.
he was the most positive person I've ever met. He always put a smile on my face. Everyone, even the teacher.
I'm so sorry.
We hear he wanted to go to LSU. Max Preps even featured his face in their coverage.
He didn't deserve this.
He's the most innocent.
He didn't deserve this at all. Like, everyone's devastated, his friends, family, everyone. Right now, I just can't imagine. Like, I still don't believe that he's dead right now. I still believe that he's alive. Like, I'm hoping a miracle right now. Just, I don't believe this right now.
La decisión de dejar a tus hijos allá y venirte para acá. Porque no tenía cómo mantenerlos. She had no means to
Juanita
support.
Martinez does not speak English, but her countenance reeks of suffering.
She's off from a small town in San Miguel, El Salvador. And it's a small little town where it's dominated right now with gangs.
The single mother who had no means left Laura, Jessica, and Jose with her brother 3 years ago. The employees at La Playa restaurant offer her moral support and advice in absence of the kids, especially since her children are caught in the middle of an unprecedented exodus from Central America.
The reason she says her brother decided to leave El Salvador was because her little boy and one of their girls was in danger of being inducted into a gang.
In the eatery, where she does not work but certainly finds solace, Juanita is stressed. Her brother and her kids were caught a week ago. All over again. This mother has no answers.
Right now, she really don't know on whose hand her kids are with. She's just praying that they are safe because she hasn't spoke to her kids.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep.
New this morning, what started out as a good deed by a neighbor quickly spiraled out of control, leaving a man fighting for his life. Police were called out to the 100 block of Babcock, where they found a man stabbed at least 7 times. They say that this started when the victim heard his neighbor arguing with her boyfriend, so he went upstairs to try to help her out. Well, they continued to fight. He went back downstairs to his apartment, and later the suspect comes down to his apartment and stabs a 67-year-old man. While he was on his front porch, the suspect ran away. Police caught up with him. He will face criminal charges. The victim remains in serious condition this morning. Investigators are trying to deal with another stabbing that happened and kept police busy overnight. 3 people were stabbed on the city's west side after a fight broke out over cleaning, of all things. This happened in the 3500 block of Laredo. Police say the fight started over who was going to clean up a lot where people had been listening to music. They started trying to sort things out, and they still hadn't figured out all the details. All the victims were taken to University Hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what led to a man being shot in the groin, and the victim isn't offering much help, police say. This happened around